this is Lachlan, and welcome to another video on the Great Build YouTube channel. Today we're going to be working in the Lego City today, working on the river, finally. So let's go and see what work has already been done there, and then let's watch as the river actually gets placed in, and maybe even a few custom boats will get placed in as well. Now let's take the ride on the train over to the river. And here we are. So the train passed over the bridge that we built last week, and this week we're going to be focusing on adding the water to the river, adding details to the sides of the river, like what you already see here, and of course, making some more boats to go in the river to accompany this one boat from the Lego City vehicle set that I bought the other week that you might have seen around the city so far. Now, for starters, let's talk about what's already been done in this area so that we know what needs to be done in the future. So, we can see that this river is going to be a total of 9 studs wide. I originally had it much longer than that, but that didn't make much sense considering the sizes of boats that I have that I would like to place on this river. So, I'm just going to make it a thinner, more stream-like river. I didn't want to make it meander quite yet, although I might change that idea in the future a little bit. It might take some time because, finding the water tiles for this is going to be much of a nightmare to be able to actually complete this, but I think I might have enough, so let's see how far we get with the parts we've got. So here's the project complete. Now, while going into this, I thought I was going to do a river, but I ended up deciding to do a stream because the boats I have that I'm going to be using in here and the ones I plan to build are only going to be at max 6 studs wide. So the river at the core here is just going to be 7 studs wide all the way down, and I had just enough water tiles to finish it all. Now I'm probably going to need to order some more if I want to do any more large-scale water projects or to adjust the waviness of this river, but for now I think this is pretty good. And let's start up here at the end. You can see that it starts out with 2 stud wide piece of water to represent the thin stream flowing into it. I would also like to eventually have some water coming down from what will eventually be a really big mountain right about here. But what's going to happen now is there's also a little bit of a docking area, so you can dock your private little boat so that you can leave it safe. And my assumption is that the people who own the country club are also the ones who own those boats, and they can rent it out to people who want to take a boat out for a ride. The river does go under the drawbridge, and as you can see, there's a 6 wide boat. I made this specifically to fit that size of boat, so I think it's going to be pretty good. And it goes all the way down here. The shorelines have been extended in some areas, but that just adds for more details I can add later. You can go underneath the railroad track still, and of course I didn't need to raise the railroad track any higher than this for this project because all the boats I'm building right now are most likely going to be boats that can either have sails that fold down or are just boats that are small enough to fit underneath it. Now, finally, making our way to the end, you can see that I actually just about finished off with enough tiles. I had to supplement with some of these 1x2s, but that's just about all it requires for this. And this is where we'll be working in a future video on the Spaceport for the display. And it's just placed right next to the water area, but on the opposite side away from the city. But I think this water looks really cool. The transparent blue pieces kind of reflect the light a little bit from here and there, and that's just a very fun effect. And that's just exactly what I wanted to do with the Lego City today. Now, I have some other plans coming up, but I'm going to leave those a surprise because next week we're going to be taking a look at a possible build idea that we're going to test in the city. Now, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Feel free to see some of the other videos if you haven't seen them already. If not, just stay tuned. I'm going to be posting another video coming out shortly. And I will see you all in the next one. Have a great day.